Mildred Gates Hooper's journey was one of strength, boundless determination, and an unyielding commitment to service. Born on February 2, 1922, she was the youngest of 9 siblings, raised in a household where hard work and perseverance were second nature. Growing up in Marshall, Texas, she carried those values with her, excelling in school and graduating from Central High in 1940. But as she stepped off that graduation stage, diploma in hand, she had no way of knowing that her path would soon lead her far beyond the familiar streets of Marshall into a world at war, where she would leave her mark in ways she never could have imagined. In 1941, just months before the United States would be thrust into World War II, Mildred married Marvin Hooper at the Jordan Grove Baptist Church in Longview, Texas. However, in an instant, the trajectory of her life would be altered forever. On December 7, 1941, the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor forced the U.S. into a war that would change the world. The war effort spurred the expansion of the United States military, and as the need for personnel grew, so too did the need for women to serve in roles traditionally held by men. That spring, the Women's Auxiliary Army Corps was established, which would later become the Women's Army Corps. This new development was about to play a significant role in Mildred's life. The Hooper family was deeply involved in the war effort. Marvin, along with Mildred's 2 brothers and 2 nephews, was drafted into the military. Like many women of that time, Mildred was eager to do her part. However, there was a catch. She was not old enough to enlist immediately. At 21, she finally joined the WWII in 1943, setting off on a journey that would take her far from her Texas home. Mildred completed her basic training at Fort Des Moines, Iowa, before being assigned to Camp Gruber in Oklahoma, and then to Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. It was at Fort Oglethorpe that she was placed in the 6,888 Central Postal Directory Battalion, a unit that would become legendary for its mission and its resilience. The 6,888 holds the distinction of being the only African-American WAC unit to serve overseas during World War II. Their mission was to sort, organize, and direct mail for U.S. servicemen who were fighting in Europe, and in doing so, they would provide a crucial lifeline to the soldiers on the front lines. On February 3, 1945, the first group of women from the 6,888 sailed to Great Britain. The journey was fraught with peril as they sailed through waters where Nazi U-boats were still a threat. During the 11-day voyage, Mildred and her fellow soldiers ate lemon slices to stave off seasickness as they endured the intense experience. They arrived in Glasgow, Scotland on February 14, 1945, and were immediately sent to Birmingham, England. It was here that they would face a daunting challenge: warehouses full of undelivered mail. The 6,888 women quickly discovered that the backlog of mail for U.S. soldiers was staggering, and the need for an efficient system to sort and deliver the letters was urgent. The morale of the soldiers in the field was low, largely due to the lack of connection to their families and friends. Mail was their primary means of communication, and without it, many felt isolated and demoralized. The phrase, "no mail, low morale," became a mantra for the women of the 6,888, underscoring the importance of their work. The situation they faced was dire. There was a mountain of undelivered mail that needed to be sorted and directed to the right recipients. The women of the 6,888 set to work around the clock, working in 3 shifts 7 days a week. The Army had estimated that it would take 6 months to clear the mail backlog, but the women of the 6,888 were determined to finish faster. Through innovative thinking and teamwork, they cleared the backlog in just 3 months. The 6,888 not only made history through their perseverance and dedication, but they also developed a sophisticated system for sorting mail. In May 1945, after completing their mission in Birmingham, the 6888 was transferred to Rouen, France. There, they once again faced a significant backlog of mail that needed to be sorted and delivered. Working alongside French civilians and German prisoners of war, the women of the 6888 continued their crucial work, proving time and again that their contributions were irreplaceable. They were honorably discharged from the WWII at Fort Dix, New Jersey, and they were met with the warmth of family and friends who had been eagerly awaiting their return. Mildred's husband, Marvin, who had been serving in North Africa and Italy, arrived just days before she was discharged. The couple settled in Chicago for a few years before moving to Houston, Texas, where they started a family. Mildred and Marvin had 3 daughters, and Mildred continued to support her family while also pursuing higher education at Texas Southern University. After completing her college degree, Mildred began working for the federal government in various civilian roles. She worked at the Veterans Administration Hospital for 2 years before transferring to Ellington Air Force Base, where she spent the next decade. Her career culminated in a position in the legal division at the downtown Houston Federal Building, where she eventually retired. Mildred's life, however, was not solely defined by her work or her military service. She was a devoted wife, mother, and community member. Her contributions to the war effort were invaluable, and her resilience and dedication to service were an inspiration to those who knew her. After retiring, she continued to live a fulfilling life, surrounded by family and friends who admired her courage and strength. Mildred Hooper passed away on December 18, 2018, at the age of 96. She was laid to rest in the Paradise South Cemetery in Pearland, Texas, leaving behind a legacy that would inspire generations to come. Her service with the 6888 Central Postal Directory Battalion was a vital part of the war effort, and the contributions of the women in this unit, including Mildred, were essential to the success of the Allied forces. The story of Mildred Hooper, like so many others, is a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who served during World War II, and of the critical role that women played in ensuring victory. If you want to learn more about the incredible story of the 6888, check out our full playlist. Just click the playlist link on this video or in the description below. You can also find more videos on our channel all about their mission and impact. And if you like this video and know someone in the military, please share it with them. Thank you for watching.